By the end of this video, you will know exactly how to make a basic Android application. Hello and welcome to Learn with Tam. I am Tariq Ali Mirza and my goal is to make you a kick-ass Android developer. In the previous video, I showed you how you can create an Android Studio project and run it on a virtual device. If you have not watched that video yet, I urge you to watch that video before coming back here. That being said, in today's video, we are going to create a click counting app. Please note, I am using this video as a teaser for beginners so that they can get motivated to learn more about Android Studio. So for all the newbies, let's jump right into Android Studio and create our first useful application. We will start, as always, by opening Android Studio. Now we are going to create a new project. I will select an empty activity as always and click on Next. I will name my application Clicko Counter. I will leave everything else to default. Just make sure that the language is set to Kotlin and the minimum SDK is set to API level 21. Then click on Finish. Now that our project is ready to work with, let me explain the purpose of the two files that are open in Android Studio right now. The first file is mainActivity.kt. MainActivity.kt is the file in which all the logical operations of your application will reside. For example, if there is something that you have to do within your application, all that code will go in mainActivity.kt. The second file is activity_main.xml. Now we are in the design view, and for this video I will be focusing solely on the design view so that it is easy for beginners to understand. I will remove this default text widget so that we can work with a blank canvas. Now you can see we have an absolutely blank layout. The activity_main.xml file is the file in which we provide the layout of our application. So this is where we design the layout and this is where we interact with our application. There are many layouts that we can use to build our application. The simplest of them all is probably linear layout. So instead of working with constraint layout to start off, we'll be working with linear layout. So right click on constraint layout, go to convert view and select linear layout and click on apply. Right now, linear layout says horizontal next to it, which means that our widgets are going to be stacked next to each other from left to right. For example, if we put a text view and then we add a button, you can see that the text is on the left hand side, the button is on the right hand side, but we don't want that. We want the text to be at the top and the button to be at the bottom. So how do we do that? We can click on the linear layout and search for orientation in the attributes panel and select vertical from this list. Once you change the orientation of linear layout from horizontal to vertical, the widgets will be aligned vertically. But they are still looking very odd, and that is because they have layout weights assigned to them. So we will have to remove those layout weights. So I have to come to layout weight, or I can search from here and type layout_weight, which I can see right here, and remove it for text. And once I remove it, you can see that the text has become normal. It is wrapping the content which is inside it. For the button, we have to do the same. As you can see, we'll come to layout weight and remove it. Right now, both of them are looking quite normal, but you don't want your text and your button to be on the top left corner, right? You want them somewhere in the middle. We go to the linear layout and search for something called gravity. Once you find this, click on the flag and select center and click on apply. Your text and your button are now centrally located within your application. To change the properties of the text view, I will make sure that text view is selected and then I will search for the property over here or I will scroll through this panel to see if I can find that property. We'll first change the text property and I'll change this to 0 because we have not added any counts yet. So right now it is set to 0. But as you can see, the text 0 is very small. We have to change the text size as well. As I said earlier, you have to make sure that you have the widget selected. So click on that widget and then search for size. As you can see, text size is right here. You don't have to worry about what is SP, what is DP for now. I will type 24 SP. It's looking pretty small even now. Let's say 48 SP. Yeah, now it looks pretty good. We have to change the text of the button too. So select the button, go to the search bar, or if you can see text right here, just click on it and modify its value. Now our button says click me, which means that we have to click it. Let's run this application and see what happens. Okay, so our application is now loaded on our virtual device. The name of the application is Clicko Counter, which is the name that we selected. And the button says click me and we have a counter set to 0. But when we click on it, you get a response, a visual response, which suggests that this button registered that click, but we don't see anything happening with that click. And that is because Android Studio has no clue what we want to do when the user clicks that button. So our next step is go to the main activity.kotlin file and add that logic in it so that Android Studio knows what we want to do whenever somebody clicks that button. So we'll come to main activity.kt. We don't have our button over here. So we'll have to get our button over here. How do we do that? We'll go back to the layout file. In the layout file, we saw something called ID. If you click on either of the two widgets, you will see there is something called an ID in the attributes panel. So we need our text view and our button within our code. So we have to give it specific names so that we can use those names within our code to reference them. Right now they have names, but those names are not very helpful. Button 3 does not suggest what my button is going to do. It is not a problem when you have only one text view and one button in your application. Since most of your applications will have multiple text views and multiple buttons, you must consider giving them logical names. So in our case, we will select text view by clicking on it and then giving it a name. You can simply write count text, whatever suits you. And then we will make sure that we have the button selected. We'll type the name click me button and click on refactor whenever it appears. I'll make sure that the C is small because that is how we name our variables. Now within our main activity class, we are going to create two variables to hold the reference to our text widget as well as button widget. So in Kotlin, we do it as follows. You must be thinking, what is this guy writing? Private, latenate, var, context, text view. Hold on. Don't worry about whatever jargon you see right here. You will understand it once we go through a brief overview of Kotlin. Just know that this count text is the name of our variable, which will hold a reference to the text view. And the click me button is the name of the variable, which will hold the reference to the click me button from the layout file. Now, how do we create those references? There is a function that Android Studio gives us. It is called find view by ID. And as the name suggests, you can provide it an ID and it will find your view from the layout. So let's do that. First, we will find the text view, which is named count text. We just gave it that name, count text, right here. This will be equal to find view by ID. Now this function will give you a reference to that widget. All right. So now we will give it the ID, but we don't have to just type the ID as it is. We have to type it like r.id. and then whatever was the ID. So it was count text for us. And for the button, we'll do the same. So now we have a reference to count text as well as click me button. All right. but we want to see whether somebody has clicked our button, and then we want to update the count text. To do that, we have to create something called an on-click listener. Before we go further from here, we must first take a step back and understand what are we trying to achieve. Let me open the virtual device. What we want to do is whenever somebody clicks on the click me button, we want to change the text, and not just change it, we want to increment it, which means whatever value is present within the text view, we want to increment it by 1. So how do we do that in code? Let me show you how. We type click me button dot set on click listener. Basically, we are setting an on click listener which will be waiting and listening for clicks on that button, and whenever that button is clicked, this code will be executed. Now I will create a variable to store the value of our current count. As you can see, I have created a variable and named it current count to store the current count that is being displayed in the counter. Don't worry too much about the functions that are being used. I will explain everything in detail in the future lessons. As of now, just see the power of Android and how easy it is to develop these apps once you know all the functions and once you know all the basics of Kotlin and Android Studio. Next, we will create a new variable and name it new count. And what do we want to store in this? We want to store in this the previous value plus 1 because the button has been clicked once. Remember, this function is called whenever the button is clicked. So each time this function is called, we have to increment the count by 1. So the new count will be current count plus 1. Now that we have a new count, it is about time that we set the text view to that count. We do it by referencing the text view, then referencing the text attribute of that text view and setting it equal to new count. But since the text view cannot be set to a number, we have to change it to a string. Now everything is fine. So let us restart our application and see whether everything is working as it is expected to work. Wow. As you can see, whenever I am clicking on the click me button, the count is updating. See, this is how easy it is to create a basic application. I know it's not much, but it is much more than a Hello World application. Right now, you have a layout. You can change this layout. You can make it look better. You can change the color. You can change the text color. You can do whatever you want. Play around with it. If you mess up, just delete the project and start a new project. All we did was create a basic layout with one text view, one button, and then we are updating the text view whenever that button is being clicked. That's it for today. Even though we made a very basic Android application, you can understand that we can add these concepts together and build a larger application. But for now, please remember, this video is just a teaser. I have not explained everything in detail in this video because I did not want to overwhelm you with all the details that I am going to give. It would be better if I start off by giving you an overview of Kotlin programming language before we start working on these details. That is all for today's video. If you liked it, please smash that like button. Do share your feedback via the comment section. If there is something in particular that you would like to see on the channel, please feel free to give the feedback and I will make sure to keep it in mind whenever I am creating new content. If you are new to the channel, consider subscribing. And don't forget to hit the bell icon to receive updates for all future uploads. I'll see you in the next one.